There we go, yo.
Yup.
Hey,
What's good?
hey,
What's good? What's good?
13th floor coming at you.
Yup. For anybody that's watching, make sure like, subscribe, share this live with your people. Fresh BJ, what's good?
All good, man. It's Friday down here, but hey, praying the storm go the other way.
Yeah, I
So
need that storm
you're
to go ahead and push left. Push left.
we get rain regardless, but that's better than the wind. So
Mm-hmm.
Well, rain is gonna be nothing different to usual. It might just last for 20 minutes more than it normally does.
yep.
Yeah, I just
But
gotta
anyway,
draw back down.
Only big thing down here is the flooding. So it started flooding last night with like 2 inches of rain overnight down on the beach and down like Brickell area somewhere down
okay. When is this supposed to hit?
there. Start getting some of the rain overnight, but tomorrow late morning going into afternoon, early evening is when we will get the bulk of the rain. So
Okay. Hey, so let me ask y'all, man. Um, Obviously, as always, I'm always pushing, always moving, doing something. And one of the things that I notice is consistent is every time you get ready to move to the next level, there's a separation that has to happen. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm talking about.
Break it down, please, sir.
Okay. So every time you get ready to make a big move, there's some people that you've been running with, right? It could be friends, it could be family, it could be coworkers, peers, whatever it is. And there's a point where because you're about to elevate to the next level, you start to separate, and people take that differently. I just want to see if that was something that you all have experienced.
oh, definitely. It's always a sense of again we do is that it's always categorized the crab is in a bucket thing right there, but it doesn't always have to be a negative. We're keeping each other down, but it's really I don't want you to go ahead because I think I should get ahead, or I should be ahead, or I should be further along. So it's really that silent, um, passive aggressive type stuff that happens when you take that leap, when you go out there and do stuff. So yeah, definitely feel it in all areas.
Yeah, I like the way you said passive aggressive because that's exactly what happens, right? Like all of a sudden, people see your star starting to shine a little bit brighter, so they want to run behind you to go see how they can add some darkness, right? How they could diminish your light a little bit.
That's the way that the universe works, though. When and then times when you just like you said, when you're making those breakthroughs, there has to be a test to kind of show you and allow you to truly understand that you are having that metamorphosis. You know what I mean? You're having that come out period, and sometimes it does take listening, and that's what is hardest to do is in those moments being able to see and understand. Okay, that is a separation I need to make. That this is okay to do. That there's a purpose for this. It's helping me to level up.
Is it though? Is that the test, right? Because I'm sure there is something that when you guys have been in that situation that you personally have been tested with, right? Whether it be the amount of stuff on your plate, trying to balance work and home, right? Life and work balance, or whatever it might be. Um, I feel like these other folks are not necessarily the test per se, right? Because we have to persevere through that. But I think that's a choice that people make, right?
Yeah,
Because if
but it's also in some people's. I go back to it's almost a sense of entitlement, right? They believe they're entitled to the same type of thing, but they don't know the grind has been going on behind. They don't know the extra work that's going on. They don't know the toil that's been happening behind the scenes. Why you're taking that step forward and why it's just not something handed over most of the time. Most of the time, they don't understand the grind that went into it.
Right. And I think that's exactly it, right? Because there's two different types of people. There's people that as they are doing things, they're out there patting themselves on the back and shouting it from the hills. Hey, I'm doing this. Look at me. And then there's other people that kind of just move silently, and you're making these breakthroughs and not looking for any type of recognition or for somebody to come and say, oh, did you see what Ian did? Did you see what BJ did? You know what I mean? It's like, hey, that's not the reason why I do it.
Correct.
And because you don't understand that, but you just see results, all of a sudden you feel like, oh man, this is unfair. You know, I keep getting told that I'm doing this and I'm doing that. You know, what's this dude doing? You know, who does he know?
Mm-hmm.
All the time. You hit the nail on the head. I mean, it's really that they don't know the whole story. And again, people think they should be privy to all the information that's going on with you. Like, that's what I say, move in silence. Like, that's part of the problem, in my opinion, with the social media generation we live in. Like, everything somebody does most of the time has to be put out there. Like, look at me.
The crazier thing is it don't even be stuff that they're doing a lot of the times. Like,
That's
and
true.
then they will not put in stuff that you would think is important. I just had my mind blown when my mother just told me one of my cousins just had a baby within the last, like, say 4 or 5 months, who I follow on social media, see all the time, like on social media, and I had zero clue. I actually scrolled back in his social media to see, like, wait a minute, did he post his? He didn't even post the baby, but he posts all types of other stuff. So it's just, this social media age is definitely creating some interesting characters.
Because people want to compartmentalize stuff, right?
Yeah.
They want recognition for certain things, but I mean, I'm a big thing. Like, look, take me with my faults. I struggle. I'm not perfect. Like, if I post something, I'm going to social media example. If I post something, it's really because it's something to do with my kids or my family. I don't really post the stuff that I'm doing on a regular basis on the daily. I'm not on there posting things like that. It's really stuff that family members may see or whatever. But you best believe if we have a kid or something like that, or something big news like that, that's worth shouting and celebrating. Like, so what are our priorities at?
But here's the other thing. People feel like if you're not doing something the way that they do it and they recognize is the right way to do it, then you're not doing anything.
Yeah. I mean, that's all across society, and all it's even in the sense of the pressures that you get if you don't follow that education path that, you know, your parents or other people expected or thought is the best way to go and the best route, as far as whether it's the type of education, as far as what you're studying, or even just going at all, where it's those historic, I don't even, you know what I mean, those historic pressures of, you know, well, it was done like this before, or I expected that, well, if he's going to get that management position, how come I didn't even know that he was up for it? You know what I mean? And it's like, well, there's no reason you should know it. Like, why would you be privy to this information? You're not even on management level, and just because you might have wanted to get on that track, that doesn't mean that you are going to, you know, be provided access to all the information.
Right.
And I mean, not only that, man, like it could be, you know, you got people out there that are different levels of entrepreneurship, or people out there that, you know, do different things in the community. And people looking, oh, well, if that was me, I would blah, 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 blah. So, you know, and here's the thing. It's like, okay, hey, look, you good at what you do. Good for you. And yeah, maybe I could emulate you and I could be good, but I could be me and be great.
Bam. I don't have to be you to do the same and walk the same path to get the job done.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I put myself in the box of doing things the way that you're doing it, I might only get to good because it's not authentic in my presentation.
Correct.
However, if I come out there with my 100% authenticity, flaws and all, whatever it may be, however it lands, that's my version of great.
Yep.
Your version of great, again, good to the individual is a different lens, right? Great to the individual is a different lens. So you can't even really sum it up. But again, that one standard that everybody tries to live by and measure by is not the only way to do it. And I think that's the false lens that people tend to look through every situation at, right? That's the false lens it clogs man. But we've been taught that way though. How do you get ahead? And traditionally, how do you get ahead in the job, right? There's certain criteria you need to meet. I did this. I came to work every day. I was on time. I treated people right. But what else did you do behind the scenes? Like, are you treating people right? Are you going above and beyond? Or are you just doing the bare minimum and expect to get handed something? Like the expectation right there is killing people.
And you just said it. People want to take a standardized approach because that's what they've been trained, but then they fall into what standardized becomes to them, not realizing that, hey, my average might be better than your good.
Basically.
But because it's through your eyes, you can't see that. Right?
Anybody who's listening right now, if you live, you on YouTube, you on Facebook, if you got a situation to comment, you got a feeling about this, man, chime in with us, join us. It's live conversation right now.
Yeah, I mean, it just boggles my mind that people don't understand that. And, people get into the whole diversity and inclusion situation and they look at things and they don't realize that, hey, this way of diversifying the way that you think, that and the way that you perceive things and understanding that somebody else may perceive something differently from you, all of that's part of diversity and inclusion.
You're right.
Right. And I'm not trying to go down that path right now because that's a whole nother conversation. But I think people get so caught up in it's a black and white thing and really no, it's not. It's about your diversity of thought and your diversity of willing to listen and receive where somebody else is coming from and their experiences and their background. And, that's just it, man. People don't get it. Experience and background means a lot. And it may not be coming to you in the form of a degree or, a title. That doesn't mean that you're not doing the work.
Big facts.
Yeah. I mean, you just put a stamp on it, man. That's the reality of it.
Yep. So, listen, my thing is I just don't understand the time that you're spending looking at somebody else, trying to tear them down or trying to go, diminish their shine. It's time that you could be working on yourself, work on your own stuff, right? Stop looking over here or come ask the question, hey, how are you getting this result?
That's it right there. I remember years ago, I was having a conversation with somebody. It was almost like a mentor mentee type thing, but it really was just one day. He just asked me a question. He was like, "Look, just say you joined a new company, right? And you had to go sell whatever the company sells, right? You're day one on the job. What's the first thing you're gonna do? You're gonna pull out the manual and read through and talk about best practices and whatever best standard operating procedures, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what you do. You go through it." He's like, "No. You go find the number one seller in the company, you take them out to lunch and have a conversation. You go find out what they're doing, why they're successful, the pitfalls they had, and everything, and you learn from them. Not like you said, not to emulate them, but you learn from their mistakes. And again, time is the best teacher of all. And if you don't have to waste your own time, please, you're in a much better boat. You learn from them, you figure out what's going on, you ask questions, you make yourself vulnerable. It's almost like that whole thing is not really submission, but it's really being available, being vulnerable to ask questions and say, I don't know, I'm trying to learn. And then the next thing you said, be your authentic self in that situation. How do I take what I just learned now and apply that to me? Because I don't want to look like him or her when they did it. I have to do that in my own footsteps, in my own shoes. So when we make that happen, you can move mountains, man.
And it's well, I was going to say two things that we currently are struggling with in society, right? Authenticity and humility. Both of those things are the exact reason why, people do exactly what we're discussing now, is because they lack both. And it's hard to understand, especially those people who are doing the fake it till you make it and doing the oh well, I thought I was supposed to, the manual said XYZ and I didn't see him do XYZ, so how come he's getting there? Those are the same people who don't have they lack the humility of being able to approach you or anybody else who's in the position that they want to be in to get that information and to acquire that knowledge and a better understanding.
But you know what? You just hit something that we've talked about before. And that's part of the problem, that fake it till you make it. Because you out here faking it, trying to get results and feeling like you put in this grandiose effort to get there, which is really you faking it. Meanwhile, somebody else is over there just being their authentic self. It is what it is. Look, I'm going to be me. People are going to tell me what they don't like. They're going to tell me what they love, and we're going to go from there. But when you're faking it until you make it, you out here getting the wrong advice, the wrong feedback that's authentic to you, because you're presenting this character every day. And when your character doesn't get your results and you see somebody else doing it, now all of a sudden that's part of the hate, because you want to know, what character am I over here playing that I'm getting these results? But meanwhile, all I'm doing is I'm just being myself.
I think the results speak for itself, man. Again, when that's the thing, go back to the original statement. But when you start making moves, and I'm saying you in general, like anybody, when you start making moves, you're doing things, you tune into who you are, your why, and all these pieces, and then you use it as your motivator. Like the rest of it don't even matter. Like all this ancillary stuff going on outside. Like, look, let them say what they want to say. Let them do. Don't let that deter you from just what you're doing. Like, keep pushing. Like, your blessings are gonna come to you because they've been ordained for you. Like, you're gonna get what you deserve, and you're gonna get it in the time you deserve it in. Like for you, for Kay, it may be something that happens in a couple months. For me, Ian, it may take a little bit longer time. It may take less time, whatever. But we can't measure that sense of success on how you did it, and we get that sense, that false sense of that too. Well, I should be here within 1 year, here in 2 years. Okay, that don't happen then. So what, you gonna give up on everything you just invested in? So did you really invest, or were you just going through some type of system or protocol to try to get a result? Like that's a false sense of security right there.
False sense of security. Then you got to question yourself. What's the reason that you're really doing it for?
Yeah, your motivation is the key.
What are you doing it for? Maybe you're doing it for the wrong reasons, and that's why you can't get you to that next level like the other person. But it is what it is. But I want to turn it to the people that are doing the right thing, because the understanding is that, look, you just got to understand, when you get to that point where you about to level up, or you about to obtain that goal that you wanted, there's going to be a separation that comes, and that separation is a challenge to you because you feel like you want to take these people with you. But everybody, look, man, everybody ain't pay for that ticket.
What's up, Kareem? She said, oftentimes being true to your character requires a certain level of maturity. It's definitely true.
And look, listen, that could be a family maturity. That could be a professional maturity. There's so many different levels of maturity that we're talking about in that speech that have nothing to do with age per se, right? Your intellectual maturity, like, do I realize that I don't know everything and I will continue to learn for as long as I live?
And you got to realize, when that happens, people are going to talk about you. People that were right with you majority of your life or through a certain season are going to talk about you. They're going to call you out your name. They're going to do stuff. And again, it ain't about you trying to be better than somebody, but it's like your next level doesn't necessarily always mean that everybody has to go. And that's a lesson I had to learn late in life. Like you said, you want to pull everybody with you, but sometimes it's just not their time, right? It's just not the time for everybody to do everything in sync with you. That they're not in sync. So
or they may have capped.
Yeah. That's a reality we don't want to accept, but sometimes, yeah, that's reality. And sometimes if you're not moving, you may be the one capped. So then you ask yourself, what do I need to do to grow?
Right. You sat there and made the glass ceiling.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And don't even know it. But then you turn around and blame somebody else.
because we don't take ownership for stuff. And I say we in general, like society as a whole, we don't want to own our own faults, our own shortcomings, our own sense
Mistakes.
of why we didn't mistakes or why we're not where we want to be. Like that true reflecting that humility piece Ian spoke about a few minutes ago. That's a huge factor. You have to be willing to have that self-reflection to do that.
Listen, the times that I have grown is the times I wasn't out looking for it.
Right.
I just decided, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna do this work to the best of my ability and let the chips fall where they may.
But that's like one of the biggest baselines to success is giving 110% all the time, regardless of what the task is. If it's set ahead of you and you said that you are going to be the one to do it, make sure you're giving your all to doing it. A lot of people are so quick now to give up and to feel like, they're not even going to give a true try before giving up. And that is a big difference maker in the ability to be successful. Just the act of doing, the act of taking those steps, picking up that pencil, opening up that laptop and just doing.
Yep. Yeah, man. Well, listen, for those of you out there, if you want to chop it up, we're going to have this video posted. Definitely, leave your comments. We'll actually probably include a little bit of what we hear from you guys in our next official podcast episode. If you don't know where to find us, you can find us on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Vimeo, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Anchor. What am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting somebody.
Man, we everywhere. You search 13th Floor Podcast and you'll have the joy of listening to all our amazing voices.
Yeah. We know it's Friday the 13th, so when you do search for us, just make sure there's some spooky horror podcast. Obviously, that's not us. If you don't see our cartoon faces, it's not us. If you don't see that little logo up there in the corner, it's not us.
Pretty much. We got a special.
Hey,
live from the battery.
What's good, man?
Hey, what up? Had to
What's
come
up,
to
man?
everybody here live from the battery. There's a rain delay. The family is here, so I want to show y'all a little bit of an ATL.
There it is.
If you're live, you're here, check in with me. I'm literally right here at the Chop House gate. Right there. Boom.
Chop House.
That's what's up.
We thought you wanted us to start all over.
Not at all. I'm jumping in. I'm doing this how we do. We do what we do.
Right.
Hey, you guys want to pull that out one time?
This is one of those impromptu conversations that we just needed to talk, man. We need to chop.
It needs to come out, man. It needs to come out. You missed the conversation on separation when you get ready to go to that next level, and the people that they start to hate on you because they see you elevating. But that's okay.
I kind of feel like it's not even the people sometimes that see you, like you start to separate yourself, and then your bosses are the ones that are like, well, make sure you kind of include me on things and make sure I'm kind of pulled into that message. Like, but I don't need to have you. I have a direct line now. So why am I adding a third step in? But sometimes you gotta respect protocol. That's where it is.
Hey,
is it really protocol though?
That's not protocol.
Is it really protocol?
That's not protocol. That's oh man, if you jump up a level, then who's gonna do all this work that's making me look good?
Facts.
It's the intimidation of losing. Facts. That's what it is.
So. Yep. And once again, what was your motivation to become the boss? Right?
That could be a whole episode in itself right there.
That's a whole episode all to itself.
And we got to document. Hey, somebody take note of that. We got to come back and circle back to that one. What was your intention to be a boss? Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. All right, man. I see you with the classic. I see you with the classic Fledgeology T-shirt. It's a classic now.
What's up, man?
Sure. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody.
What's up?
What's
This
going on?
is James.
How you
The whole
doing?
family's out here. They can't hear you though. They're in my ear, but yes. Phone being pulled down. All right.
Y'all
I'm
y'all
sorry
already
to
know.
switch up.
Not
Yeah.
not to be outdone.
What's up, Asher?
Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
All right, say bye.
Bye.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Yo, look, in a few weeks, y'all be ready, cause just sneak peek, September 4th, y'all get ready for some interactive thing there in ATL. Majority of us are gonna be around for the game, so we're gonna have some check-ins from the game. So those fellow listeners, just stay tuned for stuff, man.
Yep,
If y'all
yep,
going to
yep.
the game, make sure to let us know so we can make sure not only shout y'all out, but try to go ahead and link up while we out there.
Definitely.
Absolutely. All right, let's let these people go, man. It's Friday night. Some people got date night, some people got family night, and some people just have the night. So, hey, we appreciate y'all joining us. Again, it'll be posted. Share it, like it. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, literally.
Deuces.